Hi, Meg Moranis here, the voice of Diets Are Fattening, and I want to say first, I'm so excited about all the fantastic conversations I'm seeing in our private Facebook group lately, and if you are interested in that, please join. You just request and you're in. It's just a place where you can kind of re-engage with your healthy, thin mentality that you were born with and was trained out of you by the diet industry, and you can do that with other people in a way that's private, doesn't show up on your feed and all that. So I think it's a great way to get support and camaraderie and hear other people's stories, not just mine, which is, of course, really important. And there have been a lot of people talking lately about experiencing what it feels like to actually have that healthy thin mentality start, popping through into your conscious brain, where you go, wow, I'm not eating that, and that's really unusual. Normally I would just eat it all, and now I'm going, wow, I'm really not hungry. And that, those first few times you do that are powerful, and you kind of see, okay, yeah, I think this makes sense. And of course it does. And today I want to talk a little bit about exercise and food, because that's something that gets really screwed up with our diet mentalities. And here's the point. Exercise because it feels good and because it's something you enjoy. And if you say, I could never enjoy exercise, it's because you've been doing things that you don't like, or you've been doing too much of them, and you have gotten in a bad cycle of pushing yourself into activities you don't like for a length of time that's not good for you, and that makes you just hate the whole idea of exercise. Or some of you guys who do enjoy exercise, this will still be relevant to you. So, as a diet mentality person, and believe me, I did this a lot, and I know a lot of you guys do this too. You exercise because then you have extra calories to spend in a day. But that makes no sense when you really think about it. When you burn calories through exercise, your hunger increases, which is good and fine. It's the way Mother Nature is keeping you alive and sustaining you, making sure you eat enough for when your activity levels are higher. So it's a zero-sum game. In other words, if you exercise more, you're hungrier, so you need to eat more. But exercise is fantastic. It makes you feel good. It makes your body more healthy because you're just getting the blood flowing, all those very common sense things. We don't need to go into a big scientific explanation of why exercise is good for you. You know that it feels great to move around. And if you take a lesson from our little canine friends, for example, when they've been cooped up all day and they just run around when they get a chance. We're not so far off, and we've been trained to ignore that signal to just joyfully move. So, but here's the thing. You must do exercise that energizes and does not deplete you. And I was very into depleting exercise for many, many years. I was in fitness training and all that, and you don't need to do that. You get a whole lot of bang by working out at a very moderate level. And again, doing things you like. So I'll give you an example for me. I love tennis. Yes, I do. And I'm very lucky that I have a place I can play. And no, it's not free, but it's a lot less expensive than, going up and down with your weight and buying diet foods and diet programs. And I'm advocating for people who like a racket sport. Tennis is fantastic. So I played singles this morning, and I would never work that hard if I were running on a treadmill. And I did do that, and I always hated it. When you engage in a sport instead of exercise, it becomes a game. It becomes joyful and fun. Now, tennis may not be for you, and I'm just talking about what works for me. But there's something that you enjoy. Suppose you love dancing. There's lots of dance classes where it makes it joyful to move and not drudgery. But be careful. Don't overschedule it, because 2 times a week to get some physical activity goes a whole long way towards getting you in a great place physically, and is on a schedule that you can maintain. When I taught fitness classes for decades, I noticed the people who just had a moderate schedule were the ones that came back, and that's a long-term best thing for you. Not the Biggest Loser type of thing where you just, murder yourself in the hot sun, doing unpleasant, humiliating exercise. Don't follow that trend. Find something that you love. And listen, we're not training to be Olympic athletes, right? We're just exercising to feel good, not so we can eat more. We're exercising because it's good for us, just like brushing our teeth. And because when you're cooped up all day, you need to move around too, right? We're not so far from these guys. So, okay, so before I played tennis, I was very slightly hungry. Because I know myself, I ate a little bit, before I went, like a half of a very small bagel with some peanut butter on it. Now, I preach, eat when you're hungry. But when you're going to exercise, if you know yourself, and you will when you develop your healthy food mentality, you go, hey, if I don't just put a little something down right now, I'm not going to feel good when I'm playing a singles match that I want to win, which, by the way, I did not. But anyway, you take care of yourself. So that's not preventative eating in the normal sense of the word. That's because I know I was going to be like on a tennis court and really was not going to be able to eat. I could have brought little nuts or something with me, but again, I know myself, and it was a modest amount of food, very modest, and that got me through the match, right? And of course, a lot of water. So I want to show you afterwards, I go to my favorite sandwich shop, and pardon that noise, and I ordered a tuna fish sandwich. Now, I'm only showing you this because this is the opposite of a diet mentality. You can see that I left a little bit of the sandwich and the fruit and the pickle. Now, when I was a dieter, there's no way I would have done that. I would have completely made sure I had the pickle, because there's no calories in it, and the fruit. And if I probably would have eaten the whole sandwich, whether or not I was hungry. But after you exercise with a healthy food mentality and your hunger is up, you eat exactly what you want. And if the last couple bites, you just don't feel like eating, you don't. And it's not hard, and it's not discipline. It's because you're reacting to your body's voice. It is a happy, joyful way to be, guys. I promise. And yes, of course you can do this. This is normal. Dieting is abnormal. And all that diet mentality thoughts that are percolating in your head. And believe me, I know, because I had a humongous diet mentality. You absolutely can squish them and get them out of your life, which will be the best gift you ever give yourself. So I hope this example helps. And you may say, wow, she played tennis, which was high energy, and that's all I ate. Yeah, well, you know what? I ate that about an hour and a half ago. I feel hunger coming on again. So I'm going to eat again pretty soon. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It's when I'm hungry, and when you're hungry, you satisfy it with something you love, and you enjoy it with no guilt, and you love your body, and you feel good. It's a very positive life force to say, I'm taking care of myself with food that I love. And you will crave nutritious food. Of course you will. All that junk food you only like because you can't have it. Human nature. Thank you for being with me. If you like this message, please help me by subscribing, sharing, and all that stuff. And I will be back soon. Thanks again.